Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton and beyond. This week we speak to Tai Tzu Ying to find out why the deceptive player from Chinese Taipei is such a feared opponent. And we spend the afternoon with the Malaysia team to check in on their Olympic preparations. She seldom overwhelms with power. She'll rarely outlast an opponent in long rallies. But she has the ability to bamboozle opponents with shots ranging from eccentric to artistic.
Her disguise, her deception, her racket skills. Oh, look at that. What skill, what disguise. Believe it. Well, I don't think Sina does either. That's phenomenal.
Didn't see that. What can you do?
Brilliant.
Understanding the psychology of a player like Tai Tzu Ying, with her fascinating talent in creating a variety of deceptive shots, is not easy. The mystery and mischief in her strokes is what makes her so tricky and hard to read. And it is why the unpredictable Tai Tzu Ying is such a dangerous player.
I think what my opponents dislike most are my deceptive strokes, especially my follow-up disguise shots. I don't plan when I do it. I only decide where to place the shuttle when I reach the shuttle. And I don't really have a set game plan. It's impromptu. I'll decide it when I reach the shuttle.
There's no set pattern in Tai's game. She's free-spirited and relies on instinct. Although the element of surprise gives her an edge, it is also what unsettles her when the desired shot is not successfully executed.
My percentage of unforced errors has been very high. It has bothered me for a long time. Nowadays, I feel more confident, so I'm getting more of my shots in. However, I'm still making a lot of mistakes during my matches, so I'm still trying for a way to reduce my unforced errors. I'm still trying to find a way to make adjustments to my game if I'm not getting my shots in.
Players like Tai shun routine and the conventional long exchanges favoured by other shuttlers before finding an opening for the winner. The world number 8 prefers to win the point early with one deceptive shot after another. But when her bag of tricks fails, it plays havoc with her rhythm and confidence.
My strategy is simple. I'm not like the Japanese or Chinese players. They prefer to tire their opponents by moving them around the court. But I prefer to start attacking early, even when the timing is not suitable. That's why I score or lose points easily. On court, I'm someone who relies on instinct. So even if I hit a shuttle into the net, I will still keep on trying the same shot to get it right. I'm very stubborn, so most of the time, I will end up losing the match. I try to remind myself to stop being so stubborn for the next match. But in the end, I still go back to my old ways.
Tai is still working on finding a balance between instinctive deceptive play and consistency. The Chinese Taipei player, though, has comfortably qualified for the Rio 2016 Olympic Games and is the number 8 seed.
For London 2012, I was fighting to qualify as the second Chinese Taipei player, so I had to worry if I was within the top 16 in the rankings. This time around, I qualified as the first player and was in a secure position early, so I wasn't stressed about qualifying like before. However, I did take care not to sustain any injuries during the competitions, during the qualification period. Even now, leading up to Olympics, the important thing is to be injury-free.
The women's singles event has developed into one of the most competitive and exciting disciplines in recent times. and Tai believes the competition in Rio is going to be an open affair.
At the start of last year, I already felt that the standard of women's singles was higher than before. It has become an event to look out for. Now the finals for women's singles might not be an all-Chinese affair, but in the other events, the Chinese players still dominate. In the past, when a women's singles match was between China and another nation, the Chinese usually won, but that's not the case now. Players from other nations now have a 50 to 60% chance of winning the match. In fact, if you look at this year, I don't think the Chinese players have won many finals. They are not as feared as before. We have a very good chance of beating them now. I think this is a very good progression for women's singles. If the event is dominated by one nation, it won't be interesting.
Rio will be Tai's second appearance at the Summer Games, and the Kaohsiung native is hoping for a shot at a podium finish.
I'm looking to achieve a better result than the London Olympics, which is at least to advance to the quarterfinals. But I think I can do better, maybe reach the semi-finals. It would be ideal if I can win a medal, but I don't want to put myself under too much pressure. So I just want to give my best for every match.
Spontaneous, unburdened by game plans, and totally instinctive. And if Tai Tzu Ying can add some stability to her game, the Chinese Taipei trickster will be one tough player to crack in Rio. Time to test your badminton knowledge. This week, we want you to guess who this player is. I was born in Vietnam. I am a World Championships bronze medalist. I will make my third Olympic appearance in Rio. We give you the answer after the break. When we return, Badminton Unlimited spends the afternoon with the Malaysia team as they gear up for the Olympics. Olympics.bwfbadminton.com is BWF's dedicated Olympic website. Read the latest news, get live scores, results, photos, and information from the Rio 2016 Olympics. Keeping track of events at the Summer Games has never been so easy. This is the go-to site for a great fan experience during the Rio 2016 Olympics. Before the break, we asked you to guess who this player is. I was born in Vietnam. I am a World Championships bronze medalist. I will make my third Olympic appearance in Rio. The answer is Nguyen Thien Minh. The Vietnamese Shuttler is the country's most accomplished player. His biggest achievement came at the 2013 World Championships in Guangzhou, where he won bronze in men's singles. Nguyen made history by becoming the first player from Vietnam to medal at the Worlds. The Ho Chi Minh-born player also reached his career best of 5th in the world rankings that year, becoming the first Vietnamese shuttler to break into the top 5. Rio will be Nguyen Thien Minh's third Olympics, and the 33-year-old will be hoping to do his country proud at the Games. When the Olympic qualification period came to a close in May this year, the shuttlers across the globe who have been battling hard for a place in the pinnacle of sport found out if they made the cut in the Race to Rio rankings. Malaysia had shuttlers qualifying in all 5 events for the first time at the Games. For a nation that has had a long-standing tradition in the racket sport, it's certainly something to be proud of.
It's very important that things are moving forward, and I'm pleased as being part of the performance team that we actually made it this time, which is really good for everyone.
With only a few weeks left to the much-anticipated Rio 2016 Olympic Games, Badminton Unlimited took its cameras to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to check in on their preparations.
No, I think it has been a long journey. I think everybody feels the same, but now you can feel it's kind of heating up. You know, everyone is on their toes. And you can say that everybody eats, sleeps, drinks the Olympics at the moment, and you can feel it, but it's a good feeling. It's a nice way.
All eyes will be on Malaysia's #1 men's singles player, Chong Wei. He has made an extraordinary comeback since returning from suspension in May last year. Lee reclaimed his world #1 position after winning the 2016 BCA Indonesia Open and will be going to Rio as the top seed in the men's solo discipline.
Everyone at the Olympics is going to be my rival because they are all capable, especially the younger ones. Reaching and winning the final will be tough.
Named as the nation's flag bearer, the two-time Olympic silver medalist will be flying the Malaysian flag at the opening ceremony next month. At 33, Rio will probably be his last Olympic appearance, and his fans will hope that the world #1 can bring home Malaysia's first gold medal.
I think he has done fantastically for himself and the country, and been a very good ambassador for many years. And I've said all along that I believe that he can win. I had firmly believed that he's got the qualities to win, and he's in the top, let's say, 3 or 4 main people to win the Olympic title, and anything can happen.
Team Malaysia is fully immersed in preparations for the upcoming Games, and they have been given additional support from the country's sports bodies. The National Sports Institute has provided the Rio-bound shuttlers with performance enhancement programs that include physiotherapy and sports psychology.
They're giving us tremendous support in what we're doing, and that goes for all the support staffs. So yes, of course, we're beefing it up as much as possible.
Women's doubles duo Vivian Hu and Woon Ke-wei are benefiting from the program. Having gone through a tough qualification race, the pair is now gearing up to be at their best for Rio.
Basically, training now it's tougher than usual, and we have more focus on the recovery and to prevent injuries. And there is nutritionists and physios and stuff like this.
Another pair hopeful of a medal are Go Liu Ying and Chan Ping Soon. Having reunited last year after Go's lengthy absence from a knee surgery, they are one of the comeback stories of 2015. Rio will be their second Olympic participation, and the coaching team is getting the world #10s in the best shape they've ever been.
The intensity of training for now is quite high, but I think I need to prevent especially Liu Ying injury. After training, she needs to do more on stretching, physio, and maybe ice bath. For Ping Soon, I'm more focused on his mentality. Yeah, because his mentality is not very good, especially when opponent give him some pressure. Yeah, so this part I'm working with the psychologist.
I think that Peng Sun and Liu Ying is probably our best second chance for a medal. They have proved lately that they can, what I call, string 3 good matches together in one tournament. A lot of our other players, they can do an upset, but to do it twice or 3 times in a tournament is an uphill task for them. But our mixed doubles has actually proved that they can do it by getting to the finals of some of the Super Series. So that's really good.
Rounding up the Malaysian badminton team set for Rio is women's singles shuttler Tai Tzu Ying and also men's doubles duo Tan Wee Kiong and Go Vi Shem. Tan and Go's biggest problem has been their inconsistency, but they are training hard and hoping to bring their A game to Rio.
Get a medal will be very good for us because still have very good player in the top So we have, hopefully we can get a medal.
Expectations will be high and ambition will be the driving force. With Chong Wei leading the way, Malaysian shuttlers are looking to create history at the Olympic Games. Badminton Unlimited wishes Team Malaysia all the best for their Rio campaign. We head to the Garden City, Singapore after the break and report on the Pilot Pen Championships. Visit our YouTube channel, badmintonworld.tv. There are tournament highlights, plays of the day, as well as past matches to savor. Missed an episode of Badminton Unlimited? Do not fret. All the episodes are available for your viewing pleasure. All the best badminton clips are just a click away.
I would consider a success for the sport if we can be highlighted and that we can attract audience, that we are also able to explore the new territories. Brazil is not really a badminton country, I would say, but it could be very interesting to see if there is a legacy. I would like to create the legacy after the Rio Games, and of course also support it in any way possible. I think it's a huge opportunity for badminton, though I would also say it's also, well, it's not a badminton territory now, so we really have to dig in and put our sleeves up in order to make it happen. But I think we are ready to do that. For me, there's a lot of possibilities, different countries that can win medals. So there will be a wide medal spread, I'm definitely sure of that. And the former powerhouses is not as strong as they were in that sense. And I see the ladies singles as very competitive and very exciting, but also other areas I would say that it's going to be fantastic Olympics for badminton and exciting moments. Well, of course, first of all, you feel blessed that you have achieved such a huge thing, winning the Olympics. I would definitely love others to explore that, though it's of course also very rare because it's only every 4 years that there's the Olympics, so there's only 5 gold medals, mixed doubles, ladies doubles, men's doubles, ladies singles and men's singles. So I can only say that I am humble in that way of having experienced that, and it follows me all the way through the rest of my life. So it is something that gives me goosebumps, and I really cherish those kind of special moments. And well, this was absolutely the moment, winning the Olympic gold in Atlanta '96. I look forward to see another European receiving the gold, because then the club can have an extra member. Now there's only one member in that club, so it would be nice to have somebody to share that experience with. I do hope that we will have a good spread of medals, and it would be nice if other continents could tap in and win one of the gold medals. So I just say, well, good luck to all the countries, to all the players, athletes. It will be great moments in Rio, and may the best win.
Singapore has 2 shuttlers, Derek Wong and Liang Xiaoyu, heading to Rio de Janeiro for the Olympics next month. As the 2 players embark on their journey to represent Singapore on the biggest sporting stage, local badminton administrators are already looking at how they can help the next generation of shuttlers reach the zenith of the sport.
Sports Singapore survey shows that badminton actually is one of the most popular sports. So I think we do have a core mass of youth and core mass of people actively playing the sport. So for us, it's all about how to fine-tune the system by providing good quality competition for some of the youth players to come up, and also to expose our youth to international competition and regionally some of the other countries as well, so that they understand that in order to go to a certain level, they need to be able to compete at a certain level. They are focusing all the way from 6, 7, 8 years old all the way to the national team as well.
Badminton Unlimited dropped in on the Pilot Pen Championships, the second of 4 age group tournaments held recently to find out how youth competitions are helping to raise the level of the sport in the island nation.
The idea is to provide top quality tournaments for our students and our youth to participate in. So there are different categories, starting from under 9 all the way to under 17. This time around, I think a bit of a difference from last time is that we do see some foreign participation. I think we have some Thai players here as well, which is very exciting. It actually brings up the level of the tournament because these players are quite good.
Pilot has been a good supporter of the community projects, especially with students. And we chose badminton to be one of the tournaments that is important to us. So I get involved in the game like this, and we have students able to excel through these badminton tournaments.
Opening participation from other countries not only serves as a good measure of where the Singapore players stand compared to foreign players in the same age group, it also helps to motivate the local shuttlers to improve. Former Chinese player Lai Tai-chin, whose company organizes the age group tournaments, knows firsthand the importance of having early international exposure.
We need to raise the standard of competition in the country and take it to the next level. If our young players continue to only compete against one another, they will not improve, as Singapore's level of badminton compared to other Asian nations is not high. So we need to expose our kids to good players from other countries, and by competing against them, they can learn from them. This is how we can raise the level of badminton in the country.
So one of the ideas that I think Coach Lai has mentioned is to sort of bring in players from overseas to bring up the level of the tournament, so that the national champions that we have realize that they are only good in the Singapore context, and they also have to compete with Malaysia, Thailand, etc., maybe even China.
The 2016 edition of the Pilot Pen Championships saw participants from Thailand for the first time. And Singapore's budding shuttlers are already reaping the benefits of having foreign competition at the tournament.
Having players from other countries can strengthen my mentality. Also, I can train more with them and gain more experience.
You can see where you stand, like when every day you go back and train, and then when you come for the competition, you know where you stand. Like maybe you can do better in some places. So when you go back to your training, you focus more on that particular sport that you're not good at.
The Thai players are more experienced and they have more stamina than the Singapore players. They also improve on a lot of their skills and they could win us easily. I need to learn my mentality from them. They have very strong mentality. Even when they're losing, they can keep their cool and keep on playing until they win.
Tournaments like the Pilot Pen Championships help the SBA identify talent and bring them into the national development programs. These young shuttlers are the future of Singapore badminton. They have big ambitions to represent their country at the highest level, and the SBA is on hand to help them reach their dreams.
Next time when I grow old, I would love to participate in SEA Games and represent Singapore. I would also want to play badminton competitively.
My biggest dream is representing Singapore in the Olympics.
I think we're probably going to develop on this winning formula. I think we have seen very good participation, and I think the quality of competition actually is quite high. So I think we just have to build on it. So it's good that Singaporeans and Singapore kids understand that not only do they have to compete locally, they also have to compete with some of our neighbours as well when they want to achieve sporting excellence.
Get in touch with us on social media. Follow us on Twitter. Tell us what you think of the latest news, or perhaps you just want to leave an encouraging note for your favourite player. If you've got any comments or photos to share, do get connected with us on these social media platforms. Before we go, let's see how the international circuit looks as we check out the Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we chat with Chinese Taipei's men's doubles pair Li Shengmu and Cai Chia Xin as they tell us about their road to Rio. See you next week.